Alrighty, God is here. I hope you all are doing well today. May this message resonate with you, and may you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you and bring you the truth, the wisdom, and the clarity that is needed for your life, for your journey, and for this moment. Thank you all so much for liking and commenting on the videos. Thank you for subscribing. Also, thank you for just taking out your time to listen, Thank you so much. Today is a special day, a great day. There are so many messages within this message, and I believe that this message is important, and I'm hoping that it gets to whomever is needing to get to. I posted a video last night, but it never got uploaded. When I woke up this morning, it still wouldn't, upload. So I just ended up canceling it, and I canceled it, and I just ended up, I believe it was for a reason why I didn't get posted. But that does not mean that I'm not going to continue to speak on that video. I'm still going to speak on that video. There was a holiday that I spoke of, and I'm not going to say the name. I said the name on the last video, but I'm not going to say the name on this video. And I'm guessing maybe that's why it wouldn't post. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to not say the holiday on this video. But this may you stay here, May you stay here within this video. There's so many messages. Wow. See, as I said, there's so many messages. All of the cards failed. So, yes, there's so many messages that I'm wanting to speak about. I'm speaking to also a warrior, a divine warrior. And that will be within this message as well. Also, the moon may be significant for someone. As I spoke of before, this is a flower moon. That will be on May 5th, full moon, flower moon. You are a flower. You are a unique flower. I spoke of in a message of, this is a blooming season for you. And you can think of a flower as it's blooming. You are blooming. And it's because of the obstacles, the circumstances, you're blooming. That's that divine warrior that you are. I'm speaking to, with the male principal card here, a divine masculine, and I'm speaking to a divine feminine as well. It doesn't just have to be a divine masculine, but, I'm speaking to, both divine masculine and divine feminine. I just wanted to speak about the divine masculine because the male principal card is here. Also, the wild feminine card is here as well. So I'm speaking to both. Okay, you are a divine warrior, and you've been through so much. But right now is a time to celebrate. Right now is a time to celebrate how far you've come. Which leads me into the message of, there's a holiday that will be going on tomorrow. And I was divinely guided a couple days ago to look up the meaning. Why do people celebrate this holiday? What does this holiday mean? And I went and looked it up, and basically, and please forgive me if you are a part of this, if you are from this culture, and I don't get like every detail right. I'm just summing it up the very best way that I can. But basically, in 1862, the reason why this holiday is celebrated, because in 1862, there was a war between the Mexicans and the French. And, the Mexicans thought that they may not win because, they were outnumbered. There were so many more soldiers within the French. There were so many more soldiers that were on the other, side. And, they thought that they were going to lose. They end up winning. So more of the story, they end up winning. But one thing that they did have was hope and courage. You got to think about it. It's courageous to still fight against someone, fight against an army that you know that is outnumbering you, or that you know that you're outnumbered. That, yeah, am I saying outnumbered? Yeah. So that was courageous. They chose to continue to be, courageous, and they end up winning. Although they were outnumbered, they stood, and although they was outnumbered, and although they it may have seemed like they weren't going to win, they end up winning. And that's the beautiful thing about this story to me is the story just tells so much, and I'm so grateful that I was divinely guided. Something just told me to, why is this celebrated? And then I noticed that it was on a full moon. Then I just noticed like how I've been getting so many messages about abundance and celebrating your success and your blooming, and how this is a full moon, a flower moon, and flowers bloom. And I'm like, this message is perfect. I just didn't know when would I be able to speak on it and it just flow, and I'm grateful that it's flowing, because yesterday's message, it was not flowing like this. I was trying to get it out, but it wasn't flowing like this. So I'm grateful that I'm grateful that it didn't upload, but yes, and this speaks to that divine warrior in you. You've been through many obstacles, you've been through many circumstances, and there's circumstances people know about, and there's circumstances people don't know about, obstacles and circumstances that people don't know about, but you've stood many tests. When you felt outnumbered, you still had the courage to choose to go within the battle. You still had the courage to go through those obstacles, go through those circumstances, and heal and deal with what was needed, and get the truth. You chose, or this is what you may be choosing for someone. For some, you may be choosing this route. There may be circumstances, there may be things that you may feel outnumbered in, but this doesn't just have to do with just healing. This has to do with just you having the courage to stand the test. This may be even in, gifts, talents, you may feel as though you're outnumbered, but you're having the courage to still go no matter what. You having the courage to continue to remain humble in this time and shine your power. You're choosing to shine your power unreservedly. You're choosing to shine your divinity unreservedly, and you are supported. You're supported within this, on this journey. For some, this is what you went through, and you were supported on that path of healing. You were supported on that path of going through the obstacles, closing out karmic cycles, getting to the truth of who you are, healing those roots, healing those chakras, healing the things that was needed to heal, and you step into this unseen. You stepped into this unseen direction, and through it, a direction was revealed for you, and a direction is revealed to you now. But also what I'm getting out of this story is just, when it speaks of the flower and the message of I speaking of like, this is a blooming, time for you. This is a time of blossom and a time to celebrate the success. This is a time to celebrate yourself. And also in the message, that wasn't able to get posted, the gratitude card was there as well, and it was speaking about being grateful about how far you've come, because you've come so far. You've come so far. The divine has brought you so far, and it does not matter where you are right now, where you may think that you feel inadequate. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but this isn't the really energy that I'm getting. There's just some more gratitude, some more appreciation for yourself that you are needing in this time, because you've been through a lot. You've been through so much, and it's time to celebrate that. It's time for you to give yourself some more grace, some love, and tell yourself how grateful and thankful you are for getting through these obstacles and these circumstances, because not everyone has gone through this and actually have, succeeded in this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful energy. This is positive energy. This is a flower, unique flower blooming energy that is powerful and potent and deserves celebrating. And I believe this is why I was divinely guided to that message about, and so as this full moon arises, yes, we think of this full moons as things coming up and energy coming up, and is pulling. But what I'm getting for you is what's coming up for you is abundance. You're getting everything that you deserve. There's a favorable wind that is blowing in on your life. There is abundance that is making its way to you. I'm not getting any energy that isn't serving who you've become. I'm not getting that energy. What I'm getting it, but what is needing to happen so that you can receive this energy is to be grateful for how far you come. Go look in that mirror and tell yourself how proud you are of yourself. Go look in that mirror and tell yourself thank you. Tell that inner child thank you. Tell your higher self thank you. Say your name and say thank you. Tell the divine thank you, and I am grateful for this very moment, and I receive everything that is for me, because this message is for you. I'm speaking to you. There is someone who is needing to do this. Really, right now, go look in that mirror and say these things to yourself, because it's no coincidence of this message. It's no coincidence of how it's divinely guided. And I'm really hoping that I'm saying it in a way that you really hear me, and saying it in a way where you really can see the connection and the guidance in it. This full moon is a flower moon. You are a flower. It's time to blossom. It's time to celebrate. It's time to receive. It's time to look to love. To receive that favorable wind, that love that's in the air, as I've spoken on of a message before, that unconditional love, the love that's in the air. This is beautiful. This is courage. Courage just came out of the deck. I cannot make this up. What you've been through was courageous. What that army, that message within the army, they were outnumbered. Who told them that they will win? They had to have the courage to do that. And that's the same thing with you. You had courage. You deserve to be here. May is a beautiful month. And I ask that each and every day you tell yourself how excellent you feel, no matter if you feel it or not. But it's time for you to receive. What's coming up for you is abundance. That's the energy. And you deserve this energy. You deserve this energy. You deserve to know that you are loved, and that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself. You may be grieving. You may have been grieving recently, but this is actually a beautiful grief. It isn't, a without grief. It's a grief of gratitude. I know that may sound kind of off, but it's appreciating how far you come. Or maybe this is something you are being divinely guided to do, to let it go, because you're not in it no more. Maybe you're still in your mind thinking that you're in it, and you're not allowing yourself to receive everything that is for you. You're not allowing yourself to receive that favorable wind that is on you, on your life, but you have blossomed. You're in alignment. This took courage. Also, the speaking out card is here. The speaking out card is here. So maybe this goes back to, speaking to yourself, going in the mirror, speaking to yourself. Maybe there's someone who is being divinely guided to express and speak their truth about a situation, about, I'm not sure the endeavor. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but, maybe this has something to do with emotions. Expression, like I've spoken of this before, because this male principal card is out, and that speaking out card always come out with the male principal card for some reason. And in the message before I spoke of, maybe this card comes out so much because you don't allow, we hear about, divine feminines being vulnerable, but divine masculines is considered weak if they are, or and it's not even vulnerable. There we go, expressing their emotions, and maybe there's some truth. Maybe you can express it to yourself first, before speaking this truth. But there isn't any there. You deserve to have, like, we are divine. There's no, like, I don't want to really get into detail of that, but it's just like, how do you think that you don't deserve to be emotional, or you don't deserve to express yourself? Like, where did that mindset, that's limiting, and it limited beliefs doesn't just have to be with money or this or that. Like, that's a limiting belief, and that stagnates so much energy in you, and maybe that's something that's with the grieve card there. Maybe that message is for someone. Maybe that's caused so much grief in your life because you held those emotions. You didn't express those emotions. You didn't express your truth. You didn't speak your truth about something, and maybe that's why, it may be a time to grieve that, a lot with change that just came out, and invite help. So maybe this is something that you need to ask divine to guide you, whether it's to yourself. Before you speak to yourself, asking the divine to help you speak to yourself in a way that is true, that yourself will hear. Or if it's to a person, or to maybe it has something to do with work, maybe it has something to do with a friendship, relationship, a family member, just asking right before you speak to yourself or this individual or this situation to be divinely guided and to express yourself and speak your truth. That is for someone, that message is for someone. But this month, this week, this moment is a moment of celebration, and for someone who is needing to speak this truth, this is a moment of celebration for you as well. This is a moment of honoring yourself, And this message may be for one individual or many individuals, or for that one individual. All of these messages may be speaking to you. But I do feel as though this message, wow, extraordinary came out. Divine love came out, and self-love. Wow. This is a potent energy that is in the air, and it's beautiful energy, and it's time for you to receive that energy. It's enough for everyone. It isn't limited. This energy is unlimited. It's limitless, and the divine is wanting you to know this. The divine is wanting you to live an inspired life, because you are extraordinary. You've been through so much, and it's time to celebrate that. Wow, with clearing that just came out. Divine love. Let the divine love help you in this time. With self-love right here as well. You chose to have self-love in this time where there was dark, in these hardships that was dark, and this is beautiful. Also, a snake plant may be significant for someone. These plants are beautiful plants. It may be significant for you. I will tell you later on in a video of why it may be significant. One of the benefits I can tell you about, intuition just came out. Wow. Please listen to your intuition in this time. Snake plants, they help, purify the energy in your home, in wherever space you are, and it helps get out the negative energy out, and it has so many other benefits. I'm going to continue to move forward in this message. So a snake plant may be significant for you. But right now it's time for you to receive. Right now is the time for you to receive. You're expanding with expansiveness that just came out. Trust your intuition. That is for someone. It's to trust your intuition. Also, I have a story, and the only reason why I'm speaking of this story is only to help with this message, and I believe that it's also divinely guided and is in alignment with this message. So I started this YouTube channel in December. I think it said December 23rd. I started in December 2022, and I didn't know why. I just did. I just decided to start. I do know why, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't know why it was so easy for me to do. Especially with something that was so hard for me to do at first, it became easier for me. And this is why I always speak about, if you're feeling guilty about doing something, or if you feel heavy about doing something, that may not be the time to do it. Let what needs to go, and lighten the load before, starting an endeavor. If you're doing it not for you, if you're doing it and there's no, higher plan, and it's not uplifting, it may not be. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do, but it may not be what is needed, is if that is what I'm saying, if that makes sense. Basically it's just about that flow card. I gave it to the divine, and I let it all flow, and I allowed calmness and peace to take over. Although I did not know what I was, I didn't know how it would have turned out. I just kept going. But that isn't the only thing that I'm wanting to say in this message. And please forgive me when it comes to my stories, because it'd be the first time on some of these stories, and Okay, so yes, I started this channel, and there was so many obstacles and circumstances that I was going through, but I knew that this is something that I want to do. And as I said before, I enjoy this. And I just felt as though I had just went through a journey that was so difficult and hard, and I really didn't hear anyone talking about it in the way that I knew that I could talk about it, or I just wanted to help those who went through the same thing, or were going to go through the same thing, and be a guide. Okay, but there were so many obstacles and circumstances that were going on, and many videos, as I spoke of, transmuting energy, I chose to do that within my videos. Those videos of me talking about, it was one video, it was a couple videos I've talked about the lights off, the lights being off, or that was previous in the past, but it also was, and within me speaking of these messages. I want to say like 60% of me doing these messages, I'm gonna say 50, I'm gonna say like 57 of these messages, they were done in the dark. My lights would literally be off, and I would still do them. And those messages where it was a message where I was like, I had to remind myself that lights on, Ari. That message, my lights had just got cut on that day. Just using things like that to start a message or be guided in a message, it was so pure and potent that it will go with the message, and it was truth. And this is where I was speaking of, transmuting that energy and not holding it in or thinking that it's just happening to you, but letting it go, letting those words go and use it. And that's how I was able to use it in a message. But my lights would really be off for like weeks, and I would still be doing these messages, that message where I was speaking of, I was able to smooth it out in the message, and I was speaking of, a summons being on your door. You know, you having a summons on your door, but you're not looking to your left or right. You continue to look straight, and you continuing to do what the divine is guiding you to do. I literally had a summons on my door that day, but the divine worked everything out. The divine was able to work everything out for me because I continued to have the faith, and I continued to keep going. But I literally did have a summons on my door and was going to get kicked out, but the divine showed up. And this is what I'm speaking to you as well. You may think that there are things or endeavors that you can't do because of the obstacles that you're going through. But this is a time to get tunnel vision about what the divine has given you, the vision, or, you know, or this healing, even if it's healing, to get big tunnel vision on you and focus and continue to go and grow. See, in the past, when I spoken of, you know, me working all these jobs, you know, starting this brand, trying to raise a child and break generational curses. Yeah, I kept going. But one thing I let, you know, get to me was I knew people knew that I was going through these things, but I let their opinions and and I was looking outside basically, and I thought that they felt as though I was being fake for continuing to go. And I know that may sound odd, but it's like, you know how people be like, oh, they pretending, you know, she got this brand, but she living with, you know, she's doing this, she's living in a motel, she's doing that. See, it was switch. Like, most people would think that's honorable, but I was listening more so of thinking that, okay, am I pretending? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, am I pretending? I have all this going, and I'm trying to get out of it. And I'm trying to seem as though this happy person, although I really am happy in these moments. But what I started to do was just let the negativity and override what I was going through. So I didn't continue to go. And I didn't continue to go anymore. I let the outside chatter. I was looking to my left or right. I knew I was going through these things, and I felt as though I was pretending as I'm going through these things and being happy on my brand and, you know, laughing and doing all this. I'm thinking that I'm doing something wrong and listening to the outside chatter as well. But the thing is, that's what, you know, that's what I believe, you know, that's for a later message. But, in this, I was able to learn, no, this is how you get through it. This is what you're supposed to do. You know, normally I wouldn't look at, I would go through my stuff and I wouldn't care about what another thought. But in that time, in that phase of my life, because I was already depleted in these other areas, I wasn't able to be strong only in this area anymore because I felt depleted in the other areas. I really hope that makes sense, because I've explained in the videos before about my energy and feeling depleted. And I think just all around, that was just the ultimate finisher. And this what may be going on with you. These many times that I've spoken of, you know, breaking down on the side of the road and, you know, all of that was me transmuting. That was me using that in a sense to continue to let the energy flow and not let it stay stagnant. I was able to learn from the previous situation. I was able to learn and use it for the good. And I hope that for someone that you're able to do this as well. There may be obstacles and circumstances that may be going on. You may be feeling as though you pretending. You may be feeling as though you got all this stuff going on, but you're pretending. It's not that. You continue to believe in the divine. You continue to believe it. This is why it's important to get in you, to know the divinity within you, to know the truth in you, and to trust in the divine in you. This is why, and that's what I was missing, that foundation. But I have it now. See, before I was missing that foundation. So yeah, I would think I was pretending. I knew I had something going, and I knew it was the right thing to keep going. But I let everything make me fall down because that foundation was not there. I have the foundation right now, and I do, and it's not time to care about what anyone has to say. Because I know the truth. I know what the divine has shown me. I know the foundation that I have within me. And this is the same for you. And this is why I say this may be what someone is going through, and this may have been what someone has gone through. Right now, this is why it's an abundance time for you. A favorable wind is blowing in on your life. Because you stood many tests. You've stood many tests. There may be Taurus. I'm also speaking this. I'm maybe speaking to a Taurus right now. Your birthday may be in May. You know, my birthday is actually today. And this is why I felt divinely guided to even speak on that message that I just spoken of. You know, there's many obstacles, you know, that has been going on, you know, but I continue. And there's some that I've talked about, and there's some that I have not talked about at all. And this may be you as well. And I ask that if this is you, if this is something that you're needing to do, what I'm saying is continue to keep going. Or if this is something that you have done, it's time to receive the abundance. This is why all this extraordinary cards are coming out. And I know I'm talking to somebody. I know I'm talking to someone. I know that I'm talking to someone that has really, really been through some obstacles. I know I am. I know I am. Because you wouldn't be here. Because you wouldn't be here. Those many times where and this is for someone as well. And so there may be an endeavor that you may feel outnumbered in. And you may just feel as though it's just you. First of all, it's not just you. You have the divine with you, supporting you and protecting you and creating this foundation for you. And you will win. Whatever this endeavor, whatever this talent, whatever this is that you want to step on to the next level and have or do, this is yours. And it's time for you to believe and receive in it. No matter what it is. No matter if it's on, remember we've been, the last couple of days, we've been talking about new opportunities, new love, new relationships, love in the air, unconditional love. We've been talking about all that. You accepting love. We've been talking about all that. So it's time to receive that. It's time to receive that. I really hope that that message resonated. I really hope that that story was able to do what it was. I hope you understood the story. I don't know if I was everywhere in it, but I really hope that it made sense for someone who is needing to keep going, you know, for someone who is wanting to give up, for that divine warrior. You are blooming. You are a flower. You are unique. You are extraordinary. And it's time to celebrate that. Just like this holiday that is being celebrated, you deserve to celebrate as well. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this message resonated. Sending you so much love and light. May you get it through the wind. Thank you.